Hey guys, so today I finally have another library haul. So it's been a little while since I've been to the library. I think I have not been to the library at all in 2018 yet. And that is mostly just due to the fact that I didn't really need anything from the library for like school or anything. And then also I had more than enough other reading material to keep me busy because I had so many arcs to read and some new releases that came out and kind of backlist books. And I really had these plans of what I wanted to read in the last couple of months. I just didn't really get to go to the library. I still have too many plans. I still, really need to prioritize arcs. There's still a lot of new releases that I want to read. There's still a lot of backlist stuff that I really want to finally get to. But I had to go to the library to get a play. I don't know why I'm even holding this up because it's not like there's anything to look at. But this is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf by Edward Albee. I got this in German because this is a play that I need for my acting class because I'm probably gonna do a monologue out of this play. So yeah, that's why I went to the library. But then of course I could not resist going to the YA section because I was already there. A lot of the times it's just making me happy just to go there and check, just look what they have. And for example, this time around I found Like Water by Rebecca Podos, which I had an arc of and I've already read, but seeing it there just made me really excited because it's not like it's a super popular book, but it is a queer YA book that I found there. And considering, I do live in Germany and I am very lucky and very privileged that I live in Berlin, where there's obviously a lot of people from all kinds of countries, but a lot of English-speaking people. That means that we do have a pretty big English section in that library, which is not very usual for German libraries, but still, like, considering and comparing, it is still a very small English section and especially a very small English YA section. So just going there and seeing like queer YA books just always makes me incredibly happy. So for me, even if I don't take any books, it's just always fun to look at. But I did find 4 books and I thought I'd just show you what I got. So first off, I have Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. I'm pretty sure I checked this out already once, but then I did not get to it. And now I definitely want to read it because the companion sequel comes out soon, I think even in May actually. So I thought I'd finally get to it. I think this is like a sign, and as you probably know, I really loved Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy, so I'm incredibly excited to pick Dumplin' up. Then I have The Huntress Sea by Sarah Driver. This is actually a book, and I love finding these books in the library that I have never heard about. And I actually looked it up on Goodreads. It is middle grade, so I'm not quite sure if I'm actually gonna end up reading it or if I end up enjoying it. But I just, first of all, saw the title, The Huntress Sea, and I just kind of saw this design. I think the cover is absolutely gorgeous, but I was kind of thinking, okay, this is maybe mermaids or something, and yeah, I don't think it's like pirates exactly. The Huntress is apparently this big ship that's like very famous, and this main character wants to be the captain of that ship. So it's definitely something that sounds very much like something I'd like. I'm just not sure if it's gonna be my thing if it's middle grade, especially as I really love these piratey kind of books. As I said, it's not pirates, I think, but still these like ship books. I really like when they have a romance, and I don't really think that this is gonna have a romance. So I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna get to it, but I still wanted to show it off because this was just something exciting that I found that I hadn't heard of before, and that has a gorgeous cover. Then I have Dividing Eden by Joelle Charbonneau. This is a YA fantasy, and I have kind of forgotten what it is about, but I know that it was on my anticipated releases list of last year, I wanna say. I keep getting confused with which anticipated release actually came out, but I think this was a 2017 release. I think this is the one that kind of reminded me of Three Dark Crowns, but I could be completely mistaken. But I think this is about like a kingdom where the prince who was supposed to be the next king dies, and then there's like twins who are then fighting to get the crown, or who have to fight to get the crown. I think they initially never even wanted to, like they were never even interested in ruling the country. I'm not sure. I might also just be confusing this with a different book. All I know is that I saw Dividing Eden. I was excited because I knew this was one of my anticipated releases, and that's basically just why I picked it up. And then I have The Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry. This is even worse because this is really something where I cannot give you any plot whatsoever. Like with Dividing Eden, I had at least a slight idea, even if it might be wrong. But with this one, I really don't remember why I have this on my TBR, but I just know that I have. I know that I put this on my wish list a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago maybe. I think this might have also been a release that I was looking forward to, but I'm pretty sure this is actually a 2016 release. Yes, it's a 2016 release because I remember, like, I put this on my anticipated list when I was not yet like super invested in anticipated releases. Seeing it in the library is another thing that just made me incredibly excited. Also, I just still have amazing feelings about finding these kinds of books in a library because that's not how I grew up. I've said it before and before, and that's also why I keep mentioning how privileged and how lucky I am that I live in Berlin and that, you know, this city has this big English section, and I know it's getting old, but it still makes me so happy every time, and I'm still so surprised by the books that I find there. Anyway, pretty sure this is historical fiction, which is at least something that I know about it. Other than that, I don't know anything. This is definitely something that I thought a little while about if I actually wanted to take it, because it does have, I think, almost 500 pages, and I'm just not sure if I have time to actually read this. But, you know, I was like, I'm already there, might as well just get this and we'll see. But I think out of all of these books, well, obviously I'm gonna read the play because I need it for my acting class. But I think other than that, Dumplin' and Dividing Eden are probably the books that I'm actually gonna end up reading. I'm not sure what's gonna be with the other books. But then again, I also think one time I had a library haul where I ended up reading none of the books that I checked out. So there's no guarantee at all that I will read any of these books. I just want to put it out there as a disclaimer. Me doing library hauls does not necessarily mean that I'm actually gonna end up reading these books. It's just more so, as I said, sharing this exciting feeling that I have about, you know, this library and about being able to get these kinds of books at that library. I might do another haul in like 4 weeks after I brought all of these back to the library and then have like 4 new books without having read any of them. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I was just excited to finally do another library haul, so here we are. Anyway, I want to know if you have read any of these books, if there's anything that you really love that I should really pick up, or if there's anything that you'd be particularly interested in hearing my thoughts about, because then that will make me more motivated to actually read it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!